This is Birdtopia, a digital universe that has served as JerseyBird.com's homepage since 2023. Designed in collaboration with Nikola Ovšek, a world-class map artist from Subotica, Serbia, millions have visited it over the years, but nobody knows about all the secrets I hid inside the universe until now. From iconic sport references to IRL moments in my own life, this is every single Easter egg I hid inside the world of Birdtopia. First, we'll start off with Birdtopia V1. This was the original version that came out in late 2023 and lasted until October of 2024 before it was replaced by Birdtopia V2, the modern-day homepage that is currently active on our website. The idea was simple: create a map-based webpage with interactive locations to represent all of the sports that JerseyBird works with. Let's start with my personal favorite, the American Football Stadium. Located just south of the city center, this venue is modeled after the University of Tennessee's Neyland Stadium, complete with the iconic BOLS signs above the south end zone. However, the story goes deeper. On the field, you'll see players along the sideline, 3 in orange, 3 in crimson red. The scoreboard reads October 15th, 2022, 52-49, and if you look really close, you'll notice that the north end zone goalposts are also missing. All of this is a reference to one of college football's best rivalries, the third Saturday in October, Tennessee versus Alabama, which in 2022 ended in a 52-49 victory for Tennessee, our first win over Alabama since 2006, and it ended in a walk-off field goal, going down as one of the greatest games in college football history. After the game, fans stormed onto the field, tore down the goalposts, carried them outside the stadium, all the way down an entire mile of Cumberland Avenue, eventually dumping them into the Tennessee River. In Birdtopia, if you travel down the road just west of the stadium, you'll see those missing goalposts dumped into the river by a group of Tennessee fans, just like that night in October. Now, let's head north to the football stadium, or soccer stadium, depending on where you're from, which is a replica of Wembley Stadium, the national stadium of England, and one of the most important football venues in the world. In addition to the replicated architecture and aesthetic, if you look closely, players in red and white are on the pitch, and the scoreboard shows England 4, West Germany 2, a reference to England's 1966 World Cup victory, an unforgettable moment on home soil for one of the world's greatest footballing nations. While we're up here, let's stop by our northernmost location, Birdtopia's Ice Hockey Center. This location is based on NHL Outdoors at Lake Tahoe, a special outdoor NHL event in February of 2021, where 2 games were played beside Lake Tahoe in the Sierra Nevada mountains with almost no fans due to COVID restrictions. In our recreation, we modeled the venue using Ducks and Bruins players, the big lighting truck next to the rink, the temporary structure alongside the rink, and a few pine trees to complete the scenery. We also placed a lake behind the rink, exactly like the layout in real life, to match the location as close as we could. Continuing to travel clockwise around the city, we approach the baseball stadium, a replica of the iconic Fenway Park, home of the Boston Red Sox since 1912. And like all of the other locations, the story goes deeper than the visuals. At bat, we have a Red Sox player who just sent a ball to right center, with a Yankees outfielder running along the warning track chasing it down. This is a reference to David Ortiz's grand slam in Game 2 of the 2013 ALCS, a game-tying grand slam that allowed the Red Sox to eventually win the game and tie the series, ultimately winning that series and going on to then win the World Series as well. Just south of Fenway, we have the JerseyBird Shop, the location where we sell our retail items like jerseys and apparel. This one doesn't really have a one-of-one inspiration, but it is based on the shopping aesthetic of Rodeo Drive, a high-end shopping center with big glass windows and sunroofs. Along the outside, some of our products are posted on billboards, and a giant shopping bag sits on the front lawn to show that it is a retail center. Neighboring the shopping center is a set of basketball courts with an unusual pattern along the pavement. This design comes from Harlem-based Rucker Park, arguably the most famous streetball court in the world, which was renovated in 2021 to display this unique design across the court, letting the white lines represent the rigidity of a city grid and the other shapes representing the more abstract layout of the neighborhoods within Harlem. On the court, we placed an orange team against a red one, with number 21 dunking on an opponent. This is a reference to Kevin Durant's famous 66-point performance at Rucker Park during the 2011 NBA lockout, where he pulled up to play pickup ball against a bunch of random New Yorkers, absolutely dominated, and created one of the greatest single-game game hoop mixtapes we've ever seen. Moving just a bit northeast, we have the JerseyBird Rugby Centre, based off of the world-famous Eden Park in New Zealand, home of the All Blacks. On the field, you can see the All Blacks playing against South Africa's Springboks, but there are also white spots on the field and a propeller engine plane flying overhead. This is a reference to the 1981 Springbok tour of New Zealand, when a protester dropped sacks of flour onto the field mid-game to protest the fact that South Africa was still under apartheid, but New Zealand was still hosting the match. We also included the Eden Park South stand seating pattern in our recreation, adjusting the lettering to say Bird Park. Moving south to our final three main locations, we have the Lacrosse Center, based on Homewood Field, home of the Johns Hopkins lacrosse team and one of the most historic centers in the entire sport. We included the main facility building there, home of the Blue Jays scoreboard and sign, and on the field, blue players face off against white, a reference to the 1987 Men's College Lacrosse Championship, one of the best in the sport's history, a comeback victory for Johns Hopkins over Cornell. Just south of the Lacrosse Center sits the Cricket Center, a recreation of Narendra Modi Stadium, the largest cricket stadium in the world, located in Ahmedabad, India. On the field, India in blue faces off against Pakistan in green, the biggest rivalry in the entire sport. And lastly, the final main location is the City Center, a replica of the US Capitol building, complete with references to the National Mall reflecting pool, and at the end of the lawn, a JerseyBird logo references the Washington Monument. Click on the Capitol building and you'll go to our Start a Project form, the core page of the entire website. That wraps up all 9 of the main locations. Now I will rapid fire through all of these smaller hidden details and Easter eggs that are scattered throughout the city. In the far north, there is a man proposing on a glacier. This is a reference to my proposal to my now wife in 2023, which took place on an ice rink. There is a woolly mammoth in the top left corner. There are 2 ice fishermen on the frozen half of the lake, and a third one on his way, driving his boat up from the southeast corner of the map, and there's a Loch Ness Monster swimming through the other half of the lake. There is a city entrance sign with its slogan, "A City of Champions," written across the banner. There is an archaeological site just north of the river in the shape of a JerseyBird logo. There is an ancient Mayan temple hidden in the South Forest, and another ancient stone monument just east of it, hinting at a prior civilization. There is a billboard in the northeast that is being put up with our current logo, while the old logo sits discarded on the ground, a reference to our 2023 logo change. And last but not least, there is a Hall of Fame monument with 2 statues, the Philippines national team crest, and a Prime bottle, 2 of our most famous partnerships from 2023. If you go to our website now, you actually won't see this map. Instead, you'll see Birdtopia V2, a futuristic and much more brand-focused version of Birdtopia with a few minor changes. First, the Cricket Center was discontinued and replaced with an esports arena to highlight our recent strides in the esports industry, and the City Center Capitol building was replaced with a JerseyBird-shaped building. Almost all of the Easter eggs still remain. You can still see them throughout the map. Our goal with V2 was just to create a more brand-focused aesthetic, something a little bit less chaotic than Birdtopia V1. Unfortunately, I do think the Birdtopia era overall is coming to an end. It's definitely not the most optimal and efficient homepage for the company, and we've grown a lot to the point where we will probably return to a more traditional website to continue scaling, but I wanted to share this video while Birdtopia V2 is still live and you can still check it out. So there it is, 44 total Easter eggs hidden throughout the map. Here is the full list. Pause if you want to read them all. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, drop a sub, drop a like, comment what your favorite Easter egg was, and I'll see you in the next one.